Question 19. 19 and 20, the next question, are assertion reasoning question. Assertion reasoning is basically this. There will be an assertion given to us and there will be a reasoning given to us. We just first have to evaluate whether the assertion is true, and then we'll have to see whether the reasoning is true and whether this is the reasoning for the assertion. This is the process that we're going to follow. Let's understand this question, solve both of these. Very easy questions actually what have been given in this sample question paper. In the question number 19 and 20, a statement assertion is followed by a statement of reason. Choose the correct option. They've essentially given what statement A for us, what the reasoning is. We'll come to that in a while. These are the answer options. Both the assertion and reason are true, and the reason is a correct explanation for the assertion, right? Whatever corresponds to the statement is true, so is the statement true. This is the reason for this happening. If that is the case, go with A as the answer. Assertion and reason are true, but the reason is not the correct explanation as to why it's happening. They're independently true, but this is not why that's happening. In that case, go with B. Assertion is true, reason is false, go with C. Assertion is false, reason is true, go with D. Let's start with the assertion given to us. What is the assertion given to us? It is, if the product of two numbers is 5780 and their HCF is 17, then their LCM is 340. We know that if you have two numbers A and B, the product of those two numbers is equal to the product of the LCM of those numbers into the HCF, the product of the LCM and HCF of those two numbers. What is given? The product of the two numbers is 5780. They have said that the HCF of these numbers is a 17. Let's compute what the LCM of these numbers is. So LCM of these numbers is equal to 5780 divided by S17. 5780 by 17 is actually equal to a 340. So the LCM of these two numbers is a 340. Right? So essentially this information is true. The product of two numbers is 5780 and their HCF is 17, then their LCM will necessarily be equal to 340. So it is true. So statement is true, A is true. So essentially our answer option is going to be the cases where the assertion is true. One of the answer options said the assertion is false, right? That we can rule out. It says the assertion is false. Let's rule out this answer option right now. One of A, B, C is what we have. Let's move on to statement 2, which is a reasoning. HCF is always a factor of the LCM. That is true, right? Look at it. If you have two numbers A and B, let's say their LCM is L and HCF is H. The HCF will divide both these numbers, which is why it's called the highest common factor. So A is divisible by H, B is divisible by H. This is established. L is the least common multiple of A and B, which means L is a multiple of A, which means L is divisible by A. L is a multiple of B, which means L is divisible by B, which means L is divisible by A, L is divisible by B, and we know A is divisible by H, and B is also divisible by H. L is divisible by A, which in turn is divisible by H, which means H will divide L. Similarly, H will divide L. In both cases, we can establish it. So HCF is always a factor of the LCM. This is also true. So the reasoning is true. Statement A is true. Statement B is true. All that we need to check out is B the reason for A. So we'll go back to our answer option. We'll rule out the case where it says the reasoning is false. This also can be ruled out. Look at it. Why was statement A true? It's not because whether the HCF is a factor of the LCM. It was true basically because the product of two numbers is the same as the product of the LCM and HCF. This statement B is true, but this is not the reason why it was working for statement A. So assertion and reasoning, both the statements are true, but the given reason is not the reason for this assertion. So essentially our answer option is choice B. Both are true, but B is not the reason for A.
Before you leave, I want you to do two things. One, sign up at online.maxtute.com to get started with CBSE Class 10 Math online tuitions. It takes all of 5 minutes and less than 3 steps to get started. So get it done today. And second thing, I want you to subscribe to this channel if you already haven't and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. And also spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.